Hey Dungeoneers, welcome back. This will be the second episode of The Calling. I'm working on it. I'm still working on the editing. Still working what's worth putting in, what isn't worth putting in. The comments, likes, everything helps to see how I progress and what I do with this. But most of all, if you're watching, thank you. It means a lot, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. This is for entertainment and just trying to set a beacon off in the north for real D&D, real hobbying, real people. The technical issues, a couple of technical issues. It's on me, of course it is. I'm rushing. I'm trying. And I'll get there. If you're a subscriber of the channel, hopefully you've seen the evolution. Hopefully it's getting better. This next episode, I'm trying to keep the episodes around an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, make it slightly more digestible and also buy me some time. But without me babbling on too much, sit back, relax, here we go.
Tobin is a tabaxi-trained monk from the, if I pronounce this right, the Omala... I can't even pronounce that. Oh, I'm going to have to start that again. Pronounce that for me. Omlaradin. I wrote this ages ago. Omlaradin Mountains. Omlaradin Mountains. Fine. Okay, so start again. Cut. Toby is a tabaxi-trained monk from the... You called him Toby. Now, I'm going to go first. Right. He's going to have a field day with this. Gemma, come on, don't do this to me. Right, here we go. Tobin is a tabaxi-trained monk from the... Right. Why did I make this so difficult for myself? Omlaradin, something mountains. Right, here we go. Tobin is a tabaxi-trained monk.
It could be all that.
Here we go. Start again.
Take 52.
Take 52. Tobin's a tabaxi-trained monk. He was a sole pupil of Edereth Wolfback, a dwarven monk who was an outcast from the Mithril kingdom. Tobin was caged as an infant and due to be sold on a market as a pet when Edereth found him. He bought Tobin and housed him not as a pet, but as a free creature whom he shared his home. Tobin would copy Edereth in his disciplines and meditations, and although it was amusing at first, Edereth saw some real potential and began training him. It didn't take long for Tobin to harness the magical energy of the key, and Edereth began to see real greatness in his future. He became Tobin's mentor rather than his owner, and as the years passed, he became the only family Tobin had ever known. By Tobin's 20th year, he believed that he had taught him all he could, and that the next step to his training would be found beyond the walls of the lonely monastery and out in the real world. Tobin, although eternally grateful for his upbringing, also knew that there was a whole world to discover. He packed his few belongings and ventured out into the unknown to further test his physical and spiritual growth.
Egvar, an Aasimar sorcerer, is the child of two members of a cult of Mystra, goddess of magic. Having been conceived, born, and raised within the temple, Egvar was inevitably found to have a strong connection to the goddess Mystra. When he reached adulthood, Egvar was sent out into the world to spread the knowledge of the arcane and to develop his own abilities until such time as he is ready to return to the cult.
Okay, my character is called Poppy. Poppy? Oh god!
I'm not the only one!
Okay, so my character is Poppet. She was created by the doll maker, a gentleman who was driven with the obsession to create perfection and realistic dolls. What's more challenging than real life? She eventually escaped from him. She doesn't want to talk about that. To eventually explore the world and learn it through her own eyes. She stumbled across these crazy characters who are now a part of her team, along with her little puppet, Little P, who keeps her company along the way.
Sorry.
An extract from the works of Tobias Ladnose as chronicled by Egrevar. Our adventuring party became separated from each other when Tobin and Veer went to investigate some myconids. Tobias went on ahead while Poppet and I waited for them. They returned transformed into myconids themselves. Unable to cure them, we rested, Veer recovering his form in the night. As we attempted to catch up with Tobias, we encountered more myconids, who were fortunately able to restore Tobin. We found Tobias's cart abandoned and horseless. Unable to see what could have taken him, a mysterious voice tempts some of us to attack each other. We had reached the stone portal, but without Tobias or his stone keys, we could proceed no further. Suddenly, Poppet vanished, and we were attacked by orcs with flaming weapons who appeared through magical portals. Defeating them, we found they were wearing magical bracelets, but as we tried to activate them, Tobin succumbed to the voices and moved to attack Poppet.
It's
The very last
so
thing.
far, you're at the point of my blade.
There you go. Yeah. You saw him approach Poppet. And he had the same look in his eye as he did
Attacked Agrabah.
when he attacked Agrabah. He's held at sword scissors edge. Scissors sword edge? Blade's edge. Well, no, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Poppet is just holding the blade to your neck, stopping you. I need you to give me a roll.
Oh,
Please,
okay. What am I rolling?
Charisma saving throw.
Ooh, okay. What was it? Charisma. Oh, it's an 8.
-1.
Yeah, it's -1.
You parry her blade, her sword away, and move forward. Poppet, I'm going to give you a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do as a reaction? He's parried your blade, but he's not parried and completely attacked you. He's just walking through. He wants to get in close. There's something wrong with him. He's not himself. I'm going to give you a reaction before stuff can go downhill real quick. Possibly.
Can I hold an action to dodge?
Yeah.
I'll get ready to dodge if he does try to.
And he does so. Tobin, you go ahead to make a strike with everything you have.
With everything I have.
Like,
Ooh,
like
okay.
last
See,
time.
I was okay. Right.
A blow and then followed up
Oh,
by
yeah, of course. Yeah, it was
flurry
the
of blows.
flurry of blows, wasn't it? Got disadvantage. Right,
Yeah, because she's
okay.
dodgy.
Oh, so that is 14 to hit.
No.
There you go. Oh, but then I have flurry of blows. So remind myself how that works.
Just 2 more attacks.
At this
Two and up, so
Okay. So that is 12 22 to hit. Disadvantage. Right, so let's do one.
At disadvantage.
Yeah, you rolled a natural 16 and a natural 17.
Um,
Yeah, he's like this last time, rolling really well when attacking his range.
yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Couldn't
Thanks
roll a
for that.
perception check for save his life.
It's fine, 'cause it's going to get hit back to him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's 6 points. It's
I'm
1d4
taking
plus
6 on mine.
4. And then the second one, I'm sorry. That's a 17. Does a 17 hit?
Just. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's 17. You just said 17 to me, didn't you? Yeah.
Another 6.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I was nearly said Tobias. Tobin comes at you. You see the first strike, to which you're able to just move out of the way. You didn't see the next flurry of blows
No.
that attacked you. Striking you twice. Felt like 3, 4, 5 times. You were that quick and that hard, taking in total
12.
12.
Does that leave you standing?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Understanding
Is he aware
what
of
he's
what he's
doing
doing?
is he's just completely spellbound.
I'm
So
really sorry, but she wouldn't know how you're feeling. All she knows
No.
is
It's
you
just
attacked
for
her,
my
so-
personal,
yeah.
game.
I think at the moment in time, you're fighting, and the anger
Mhm.
and the words to kill her is consumed. Dependent, you can absolutely roll after,
Okay.
like last time.
Yeah.
At this moment, you are consumed with rage and you want to
Want to kill?
kill, which is very unlike Tobin's.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hop it. What do you want to do? He did this earlier.
And then snapped
Randomly.
out of it, didn't he?
And then snapped out of it. But he has just dealt very, very powerful blows. Both to which were to the chest. Cracking.
I'm going to attack you back.
Yeah.
No, you just hit me roll out, so I'm really sorry.
It's not going to take much to take me down. So. Was that 3 lots of die points you just rolled?
2.
Just wondering.
13 damage.
Yeah, well, you only needed 3. Put me down.
So you retaliate with a huge swing of your blade across Tobin's chest, and Tobin drops to the ground. What do you do next? The Grabat, it's open, there's no turn, there's no... Beer's leant up against the horses. I think I'd better say I did this one.
I'm really running low on spells. I could just stabilise him, or I could heal. Do I heal him or do I stabilise him? Fine, I'm going to use my last spell slot.
No.
It's fine. Better to use something that replenishes than. I think I've got one spell slot. Yeah, go on. I'll go and cure wounds.
Okay.
Which is 1d8 plus 4.
I'm going to stand ready to
That
attack
is-
again.
6 healing.
6. Eyes open.
I'm watching him like a hawk as I do this.
My blade
Am I
is still.
in shadow? Yeah, so
My
blade
blade
of the
is
neck.
still at you.
am I?
As your eyes open and you take in your breath, you feel the pain on your chest, the opening of the wound. But you are yourself. You feel betrayed by yourself.
Do I recall what I've done? Do I remember everything?
You can roll me a Constitution saving.
Okay. Nope, not at all. Nat one.
You have no idea what has happened to you or why, other than you're on the ground with an open wound that is healing slightly. You've taken a bit of healing. The bleeding stopped, but the gash, the wound itself, is still there.
And you two are...
I'm still leering over you with my blade pointed to you.
You did it again.
Did...
You attacked one of us again. We're starting to see a pattern here. It's not good.
There must be something in the air. I don't know why. I don't even remember attacking anybody. Something is happening to us. Or to me.
Well, it's clearly not rational because you attacked Poppet, which seemed foolish.
A clever idea.
It seems foolish, particularly in your weakened state. We must be... That's something is trying to control. Certainly you, possibly all of us. Have the rest of us noticed the effect? Well, Via noticed it was true, heard the voices, didn't he?
Via heard the voices, yes.
Tobin's going to slowly, because obviously he's got a blade in his face, kind of stand up and look Poppet straight in the eye and go, Poppet, my sincere apologies for attacking you, as he reaches into his bag and takes out the shackles that he has. And he'll put one shackle on, and then can you do the rest? Can you do the others? I suppose that you'd be able to do that, wouldn't you? They'd be long enough. Shackle both, and
He's shackling you wise. We've already been attacked as well. I would be hesitant to have you restrained.
You either risk me attacking anybody else.
I think we must just be prepared to knock you out again. Poppet, you keep your eyes firmly on Tobin. If he makes an aggressive move, try to knock him unconscious this time. Try not to.
Yes.
Poppet,
please.
Non-lethal, but if you can.
If she had eyes, you'd see them like 5.
But
I think we know it's not malicious.
Apologies. I don't know what has come over me. She's
just going to look straight to you and go.
And so he'll offer his chains as if to say, am I keeping these?
Take them off.
You're going to need to take them off.
You didn't put them on. Did you manage to get them?
I put them on. I did put them on.
How did you lock them?
They just click, and the key is in my backpack.
I'll unlock it.
Okay.
I'm also going to get a little pee out and he's going to do the same at you.
Intimidation.
Absolutely intimidation check if you want.
Yeah, go on, why not? It's D&D.
It is D&D. Not your intimidation.
No, but do I not have to roll to...
We'll see in a moment.
No. 7.
Not that intimidating.
You see little P staring at you.
I'm more worried about the
You do have a huge wound at the moment. And you're pretty sure it was Poppet. In fact, it feels like Poppet. The type of mark Poppet would leave.
It's a signature mark.
The blood with the sort of firm traces in it on the blade is probably a bit of a clue.
Just a little bit.
Poppet, you were taken through the portal. Did you see anything on the other side?
You want to roll a history check?
18.
Sand. Green sand dunes.
I remember green sun dunes.
And a blue sky.
A very blue sky.
Did you see how they activated the portals, how they came through?
You can give me a perception roll with this to see if you did see anything as you were pulled through into this place. You were instantly battling and grappling with this orc.
16.
But what you had noticed was the other portals opening.
Mm.
And when the portal opened and you came back through holding the orc, a band that he was wearing was glowing blue.
So as we suspected, the bands are important, but we still don't know what triggers them. You didn't see them interact with them. If I know you were fighting. They didn't do it. You didn't hear them shout anything or activate them in any way. That doesn't get us any closer.
I don't want to seriously trying to not get killed.
You were grappling for your life. You kind of got pulled into a different place.
I was in and out.
Grappling, and then you came back through with him.
Yeah.
Did someone pocket the weapons, or did Veer pick them up and put them in his bag?
Yeah, put them in his bag, I remember. The axes.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yes.
One didn't come
Weren't
through.
they flame though?
Yeah, but it's whether they have any relation to the wristbands. Is it worth someone wearing the bracelets and holding one of the weapons to see if the two things
I do not
interact?
think this is a good idea for me to do.
Well, I don't think any of us are in a particularly healthy state. Or do we need?
I mean, I don't
somebody
mean
thinks
health-wise.
it's funny to hit people.
Perhaps.
I mean,
having a large weapon.
yes, that's probably not the best.
That's true. Perhaps I should, on the grounds that I'm the least likely to be able to do anything of use with such a weapon. I can probably barely lift them. Veer, can you pass
Unless
me?
you want me to do it, because it would be easier if I fire into
But-
my back.
Yes, but in your hands they would be very deadly.
I want to play with a new toy.
Later. There was one that was.
I will keep them, it's okay. And he'll kind of palm you off.
May I borrow the tomahawk size one, the throwing axe? The smaller one, just for a moment.
A roll of persuasion.
Persuasion. I'm quite good at that, apparently.
I hope so.
That's 21.
Yes, okay. And I'll hand you the tomahawk.
So I'm going to wear a bracelet on one arm, and I will hold the tomahawk in the same arm,
Okay.
just to see. And I will, if that doesn't work, I'll then sort of bring them together. I'm going to just try and bring
For
them
you
together.
trying to put the bracelet on Agrabah, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's massive. You're putting the bracelet on. It's meant to slip on, like lock on and rip. It will be pretty painful for the person it does size. Unfortunately, when you're putting it on, it's just dropping, and when you try and do stuff, the weight's turning it round and it's falling off you. You are struggling to. This isn't your forte.
So they don't seem to interact with each other. Okay, thank you, Beer. I'll give him the axe back for the moment.
Yes, okay. I'll take them back.
How do we make the portals open? We must assume Tobias is on the other side, having been taken in a similar way, and his horses. But without activating these things, I do not know. How else could they be activated? We tried manipulating them directly.
How many do we have?
3. One from each of the orcs that came through.
Maybe try them all together.
Bring them together. We could, yeah.
Maybe they all need to be worn.
That is, I have an issue. I do have an issue with that, but maybe it will fit the rest of you. You are all bigger than I.
Do we not have the teleport stones to go through that?
They're missing.
Right.
We presume with Tobias.
Yeah. The stones were in
Yeah.
the chest in his.
But the chest is not.
The chest
We
is
checked.
gone.
We searched the chest, the coach thoroughly, and in his wagon. It's not there. So, yeah, let's bring all three together. Just not holding them rather than wearing them.
And the rogue hasn't done rogue things like tried to check for his tracks or tried to.
Oh, we hunted thoroughly for
checked.
tracks. There were no tracks, and it's not.
We've done it from the air. We've done it.
And the ground is. We've checked the ground is sufficient that we're leaving tracks. So there is. So having been attacked through the portals, it is logical to assume that the similar thing happened to Tobias. That these greenskins, these orcs.
Plucked him from reality.
Yeah. Which is why there is no sign of struggle. No, and the horses must have been taken in the same way, just in and out, no footprints. So we just need to find how to get through to the other side, how to open a portal so we can get through. Yeah, let's.
But you saw no Tobias on the other side. You were too busy fighting. Is that right?
But assuming, this is hypothesis, but if they're portals to here, if they're portaling through here, if physicality works the same on both sides of the portals, you wouldn't necessarily have seen. If they captured him over there, he may not have been close enough for you to see. We don't know how long ago he was captured. They will have had plenty of time.
They may have their own fortifications.
Yes. On the other side of this portal, they could have anything to hide him, keep him prisoner. He may be dead. But until we can get through to the other side, there is no way of knowing.
Well, let's try these rings. Let's hold them together.
This is also presuming that time works the same on the
Indeed.
same side of the.
There are many assumptions. The magic of portals is not a simple art. There is much that can change. Yeah, let's all hold one.
Have we got them all?
We've got the three.
We've got the three.
Who's going to stay and keep
I'll stay with
watch?
the horses.
Let's do the horses.
Yes, I'll stay in. Wait.
Well, we need three.
Well, maybe two should stay with two.
Okay. The whole we can hold three between us. We've got more hands than that.
Yeah, we have.
So we'll hold them and bring the three bring the three together to see if they interact with each other as they.
You're bringing the three keystones.
The three bracelets, whatever.
The bracelets
Yeah.
that they got.
See if anything. See if they respond as they come together.
Nothing happens. They clink. They clunk.
I don't know what else to try.
But daylight has faded. The night is
Maybe they need to be warm.
Maybe they need to be attuned.
Maybe.
We can try wearing. I will struggle. I can hold one on my arm or put it on my leg or something. I don't know if I've got a leg. I can. I'll see if
You have two arms. Don't you?
But then, look, they're my arms are.
Let's take it to your shoulder.
They're belly arms. More like spaghetti.
They don't hold. They're not used to holding much of significance. Okay, yeah. So can I find somewhere where will it fit around an arch or not up high?
Slide it up enough. It's still a bit loose, but
It stays on.
ish. If you put your finger there or hold it.
I'm going to do that with one.
Yeah.
Maybe you could wear it as a belt.
Not that small. You're going to take two, and I'll take. How do they fit on?
As you were, I'm gonna, because this is too much fun. But as you were trying to put them all up and fold them, you hear a crackling from behind. And a portal starts opening. But as it opens, you can see through the other side, and it is brimstone and fire. You can feel the heat. As this portal, only a few meters away from you, Poppet, starts opening and getting bigger and bigger. And you can see a figure moving closer, running. And then you realise Tobias is running for his life and he is holding a chest. What do? He's about 20 feet away.
We all recognise him.
Running. The portal it's round about 6 by 6 at the moment, opening up about a foot off the ground. Just a ring opening.
I won't go through the portal, but I'll reach through to try grab him on the chest.
Jeer him on. Okay.
I'm going to hold a fire bolt in case anything follows him. If I see anything behind him, that whatever he is clearly fleeing from, I'm going to be poised to.
I'll stand to the side of said portal, waiting for anything to follow him out, poised to take it down.
Veer will do the same. He'll take up action. And as Tobias comes running, he dives through and lands onto you with the chest. Pop it. You hear a roar, an insane roar from behind. The portal does start to close. Tobias is panicked.
18.
18.
13.
Poppy, you're too busy wondering what's happening, holding Tobias, pulling him through, checking everything in the chest. But you two see a huge demon Balrog coming from the other side as the portal, just to say, closes shut. Tobias gets up and dusts himself off. I haven't the time. Get off. And he opens the chest and starts handing out the keystones to you all. Where have you been? These thugs tried taking everything I had and the portal stones. What have you been up to?
I don't mean to alarm you, Tobias, but we need to move. And point to this thing that's followed you.
The portal's just closed.
It's gone. It's on the other side.
It's gone. He was running. He was
right.
running from it.
I thought he was there.
No, that's just what you saw as
okay.
He's running. I know.
Because I was shitting myself
I
then.
know this, Tobin. I know. We must hurry before the portal opens. They tried taking the stones.
Yes, well, then we need to move from this location or through the portal. Have you got the keystones?
I'm passing them to you, man, here, and he's chucking them out and making sure everybody's looking around.
Can we...
Do you want to take the stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to grab Basashi as well.
Yeah.
Quick. Going to grab the...
Basashi.
The horses.
Quick, grab the carts. We're not going to be able to... Are we going to have to get both carts through in the...
Yeah, I'm going to jump on here and take the reins. Probably.
Okay.
We haven't got horses for both carts. We'll have to just take...
Where's the other car?
You're still like,
the cart set straight across the road.
I don't think we ever got as far as moving it because we got attacked before. Well, you attacked me before before we got as far as moving it, and then it all kicked off. Is there anything... Tobias, is there anything you need from your wagon before we go through? We've got basic provisions on ours, but was there anything of yours that you can't travel without?
I have everything of importance here on me.
Okay. Then let's go then.
How many horses will it take to pull that wagon? We have one free. Pop it.
One, but not. It probably needs...
It's two, because it's like an armoured.
Yeah, and Jeffrey's only a pony. He probably can't. If he doesn't need anything, that's his choice. That's his stuff.
Then let's move.
Yeah.
In your hand start to vibrate violently. Only one at a time! And Tobias runs and jumps, and as he jumps into the centre, it just sucks him in. The reverb splashes back at you all.
Who's first?
Pocket will go.
You roll in my way.
Basashi.
Are you just walking in? Do you do it?
Mhm.
Do you stop at all? Do you pause? Or do you just follow?
I'll put my head against Basashi so he knows that he can trust me. Well, not trust me, but because he's just seen what happened to him. But just so he knows that we're going to do it together. And
Okay.
yeah, just walk him in.
Advantage on an animal handling check then, please. The advantage is for the little love.
Oh, yes.
18's amazing.
18.
Pop it, Basashi's head goes on and leans into you and walks forward towards the portal. As you get towards it, Pop it, the last few feet you were just pulled, it feels like you were sucked. Blinding lights and flashing before your eyes, before you come out and you see land. Green, dark, blue, dizzy. Could I have a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
Yes. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
9.
9.
9.
You drop to your knees and begin to throw up. Everything goes dark as you pass out momentarily.
Would I even throw up oil?
I was going to say.
Like
Cogs.
dust. What would you throw up?
No, that's the thing. 'Cause
Porcelain
I don't
dust?
eat.
Dust. I was thinking of like a grindstone,
Yeah.
like a grinded. What are you? What is your? Is it just what type of wood? Is it wood? Is it actually wood?
I
Have you been
wanted
carved from-
her
what
to
is it?
look
Or porcelain?
delicate, so she looks like porcelain,
Uh-huh.
but really she's like it's possibly like a metal.
Okay.
So she's not. She looks delicate, but she ain't. So she can
It's just
take
a
a
polished-
She can take a hit.
Yeah.
Polished.
Okay. I got you. So
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah, I like
shell
it.
almost around and
Yeah.
mechanical.
yeah, that's
A more
pretty
traditional
cool.
wall
Like
forged
it's been
inside.
polished to look like.
I've got that
the
iRobot
kind of-
almost smoothness of
Yeah.
the.
I wanted her to look
the
really
curves.
delicate, but I wanted her to be able to pack a punch and take a punch.
Alita Battle Angel.
Mm-hmm.
You seen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alita.
Yeah, you're right.
Alita Battle
Yeah.
Angel. Obviously, but different.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, then, as you throw up, it's a weird sensation as your body spasms, and then you briefly pass out. Agrabah, Tobin, Veer, Tobias, gone through. You see Poppy and Basashi go through. Problem is that you don't think Basashi has gone through with Poppy.
Is Basashi still here?
Possibly, it could be Basashi. You don't know. As it was so... It was... And there's just a hot mess on the floor by the portal.
He's lived up to his name. Sorry.
Oh. You think that I wouldn't remember the writing and the scribbling down? Huh? It could be Basashi. You don't know.
Agrafar, go.
No.
I'm right behind you.
I'll follow you. I'll make sure I'll guard your back.
Hey, you thought do what you want, and Veer goes running in it. He explodes through. Tobin.
He said explode, so I literally just imagine him just joining the mess.
He just runs through and just goes in. You hear once again a portal starting to open, and it's getting big quick, and you see red.
At that point, yeah, I'm just going, come on, Jeffrey, let's go, tally ho!
And at the same
charge,
time, Tobin
full
will
speed. Wagging it all, presumably, with trying
Could I have a Constitution saving throw from Agrabah and
that will be
Tobin?
disadvantage for me.
Why is it
As flashing...
saving throw?
Oh, God.
No,
I will.
That is a 24.
24.
17.
It's the same thing. There are bright, flashing lights as if you had just been sucked through...
Do we go through with the horses?
Time itself. As you come through the other side with a 24, you land on your knees and down, almost colliding into Poppet. You can see that it's Poppet, the blur, your eyesight's coming back, but Poppet's on the floor, as if just raising her head, as if she's just in this moment getting up. As you look around, though, you stand to your feet, dusting off. There is no friend. There is no horse, donkey, mule, sidekick.
Jeffrey.
You freaking cursed it earlier.
What did you roll?
17.
17. Tobin, as you come flying through, you suddenly see Poppet and Agrabah in front of you, but you manage to land and just stop yourself with your hands out in front of them. There's no cart, there's no nothing.
Oh, all that stuff was on there. There's so much stuff on there. Well,
unless you want to go back through, but
I don't think that's an option.
It's probably not a good idea.
What's happened? And the keys? Have we still got the keys? The keys.
You are holding your
The
portal stones that you have.
Have they lost colour? Or are they still glowing? Or...
They are not glowing.
Is there
They are
a?
cold to touch.
And look behind us. Is there an equivalent stone portal on the other side that we've passed through, or have we just appeared into? Is there an obvious return point?
So as you turn around, you see the lines of a fracture split, seal back up, and then it's just the ocean.
I don't think going back is an option at all.
You may be right.
Or at least not from here.
Not this way.
Then maybe is Via here as well, and Tobias?
Dusting himself off. It's so dark, I can't see anything. I'll not do much. And Tobias, roll me a perception.
All of us.
Are you looking for Tobias? If so, roll.
Well, will be now, yeah.
Okay. Do it.
Perception 20, dirty 20.
I see nothing. With a 2. Well, it would be
It is dark.
Seven.
Your eyes are adjusting. It's much darker here than the Sword Coast. Were you looking for you?
Just looking.
We're just looking for something else that's not come through the portal. Agrabah, you can just make out the shadow, the back of a figure who you believe to be Tobias. But what catches your eye immediately after that is you can see the landscape and an embankment and possibly the outline of a ruin high up.
Tobias, is that you?
Yes, it is me.
What was that was following you?
He'll turn around and he'll make his way closer. The beast. From the pit of hell, I would say.
What happened? We caught up with you as quick as we could, but you were gone. And then these these greenskins attacked us through portals. Similar but different to the one that you came through.
Yes, well, I'd got there ahead of you, like I had said I would. I was waiting, and all of a sudden I was ambushed by these orcs. They got the portal stones very quickly. They knew. And he's starting to look around each of you, into your eyes. It seems as if we had been ratted out. He's finished dusting himself off and he's just looking around. Anyone like to spill? I contracted you all.
There may have been an unsavory character that we came across that asked a lot of questions. I may have spoken too much, but this was not my intention.
The lady I played peekaboo with.
Evelyn, I believe her name was Evelyn. From I forget what shop we met her in. But she did ask a lot of questions, and it was Poppet that reminded me
To shut up.
to be quiet.
No, shut up.
No. It wasn't her. I know this. Although you should keep your mouth.
I will be more wary in future.
Where we are heading could be dangerous. More than what you would know. More than what you are used to.
Have you been here before?
He doesn't answer you. He just looks off into the distance of the castle. I believe we should make camp up in those ruins. Protection.
Are they close enough that we can get to them reasonably quickly?
Few hundred meters.
Puppet's gonna keep looking around in hope.
You can roll for a perception and see how much looking you do.
I don't really know what's happened, but... And like
Don't tell her about the mess that we saw on the other side.
Intently.
So if I still got hold of the reins?
No reins, no nothing. But you can see the last part of the fractures as you rub your finger across. Dissolve. Nothing. No Basashi.
Tobias, nothing came through with us. Our horses, our carts, all of our possessions. Were you aware?
I didn't know if we were going to come through.
Maybe that's something that you should share with us before we embark on an adventure with you. The first hurdle may well be death.
I believe you chose to follow me into this adventure. I only know what I know. Whether I share that with you is up to me.
Well,
I pay you. You do.
I would still like to know what we are facing in the future. If you have information, I would appreciate that you share with us so we can act accordingly. It may be your life that we are saving.
Very well. He'll look rather confused, slightly bemused, and just start wandering off towards the ruins. What do you want to do?
Follow,
yeah.
We'll go and make camp.
It is
Good idea.
It is getting real dark. Are you using any form of lights? Tobias has no light. He's not lit a lantern. He's not lit a torch. He seems to be navigating his way 10 feet ahead of you all.
I have no need of. I have dark vision, so I.
We've got dark vision.
Up to 60 feet. from
Yeah.
both of you.
You'll have dark vision, wouldn't you? No.
Would you prefer to have some light I can provide? Just crashed on me.
She'll just put her hand on your shoulder and just let you lead the way.
I think if we
Rather than
can,
draw attention to
yeah,
us.
I agree. If we could let light may bring in unwanted attention at this point. Let's go and get within cover, and then we can maybe light a fire there. Yeah, we'll escort Hoppet.
It doesn't take you long to get to these ruins. The embankment, fairly steep, for about 30 feet. Once you reach the top, you actually see the size that this place could have been. The blocks in which it had been built from, this very straight cut stone. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. 3 times the size of a man each block. Some reduced to just rubble and debris. Even though it's dark, the minimal light that it's shining through, some of it is really, really dark, patching across the ruins. Like black ash. As you move your way to what would have been a paved road in possibly a beautiful city, walled city.
I wonder what happened here.
I don't know. Can we tell how long ago, how old the ruin is? Is it recently ruined? Is it really overgrown?
I mean, you can roll if that's what you want to know. You can roll. I mean, you do have dark vision, but
it will be a disadvantage anyway. So, tablet's not showing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. You're more than welcome to roll. You can rephrase the question if you like, or
I've got you here if you want to.
Yeah, I definitely look at the stonework as we're approaching to tell. Does it look like there's been a recent battle that has destroyed it, or is this an ancient ruin that's been here forever? Just sort of getting a sense of how dangerous the area we're going into is almost. I'm not sort of.
There is, as you're up close, you see a different type of texture.
Mm-hmm.
Not only these black marks of scorched earth or ashen earth and rock, but a texture of moss, possibly. It's hard to tell because you cannot see the colour of which, but it looks like moss. It's grown. There's been plantation here, grown over, which you would assume
it's not fresh.
Time has had a small take on this place.
What I might do is, if I can find an area that's sort of darkish, so isolated, it's not too open. Just find a dark corner, and I will. I will just cast light, just momentarily at low level, just to see if it is indeed sort of moss and things, and then snuff it again quite quickly to not draw attention.
Yeah, as you do, it lights up, and around the dark spot almost looks like cremated, scorched, just burn marks But the rest of the floor and the stones and everything around here, time has taken its toll here.
Okay.
This ruin has been over a decade. Over a decade.
Okay.
Easy.
This is not. This has been like this for some time. At least we don't seem to be walking into an active battleground.
Tobias will walk over to you, Egrivar, and he'll reach out his hand to the ground where you were, and a ball of light will assume, and you will notice that he has cast light himself. And where you were looking, he just runs his hand across, following the black, and it goes halfway up onto what would have been an archway through. And he says, "Careful, watch this." And he'll pick up a pebble, and he just chucks it over, and as it hits part of this ashen archway, the whole thing reduces to ash and crumbles down. It's a good 10 feet away, there's nothing needed, but these rocks, they're huge, they're heavy, along with some small ones, and it just crumbles in front of you.
God.
Maybe going too deep could be.
Certainly in the dark. We should find somewhere to rest until daylight.
Do you know what could heat something to this point?
Not to make rock and stone crumble to dust. That is very powerful indeed. I dread to think.
Hopefully, whatever it is has been long gone, like you say.
We have to hope that whatever it is has not made this its lair. This is not its new home. I suggest, but all we can do for tonight is find somewhere to hunker down. I agree, perhaps not under a structure. We should going into it. We should keep sky above our heads as much as behind walls, but not underneath anything. Might be safer.
I agree.
It would make sense, yes.
Let's see if we can find somewhere sort of slightly sheltered.
Okay. Do you want to
Outside.
give some investigation or a survival? I'll tell you what. I'll take both. I'll take one investigation off someone and a survival off someone.
I can do a good investigation.
Two people can do whatever you want.
I'm good at
Look for whatever you want, however you want.
I'm good at investigation. I will investigate.
Okay. So what is Egrivar doing to investigate? You a bit of a more hands-on approach.
Look around.
Checking.
Looking around for solid walls and
Good.
guidance on that one as well. Disadvantage is not too bad. 10, 3, and 17 for me.
17. Okay, Tobin.
Survival. And
Survival.
It was a measly 6.
You're looking around, but you're kind of luckily staying close to Egrivar. And you're kind of half checking. You're doing your best, but you are ghosting Egrivar a little.
21.
Survival or
Survival.
survival. You are watching Egrivar. You've noticed that he's doing a very thorough check. And as you're following up, you notice Tobin
Not so thorough.
trying to check. You are hammering that down perfectly. You're looking at the structures. You're strong. You're putting your hand against stuff. Everything so far is looking good to where Egrivar's leading you. Veer's kind of keeping an eye on Tobias and hanging at the back as Tobias is behind you. Within 20 minutes or so, you find a pretty decent corner. You're quite far in, but you have stayed along this long winding path that you could only imagine wrapped up right to the top of the bank. You're in a perfect backed out corner, the type of triangle. No hot ash, no spots of anything. Just a good place to hunker down.
Do we think this is a suitable place?
I think it might be as good as we're going to get. We should hunker down.
Yeah. I think
Some
we're
rest.
all weary, all needing it.
Are you happy to sentry, as it were?
Yeah.
We're rolling an insight check onto Poppet's feelings about the missing animals.
Go for it.
Yeah. 11. How are you feeling, Poppet?
Do I have to tell them? At 11.
Do you want to tell him? Tell him what you want for an 11. Tell him nothing if you want for 11. I feel like the DC would be a 15.
I think you got it. Yeah, it'd be strong.
It's not like she's got much an emotional thing.
Yeah, it's like-
hard to read.
It's more when she was just rubbing the stress fractures of the time. Like, where's Basashi? Basashi? Christ almighty, Orlando. Basashi.
You'd have
That's
to
why you
remember that
go
name
with
anymore.
it, because you couldn't say it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
on to
a lot of
you.
you are going to drop. The moment I'm struggling, you're gone. I'm going to make it super
But
easy
why
to
Jeffrey,
me.
though?
That was just now. It became part of what had to happen.
Collateral damage.
It's okay. He and Basashi should be as one first.
Basashi!
Basashi. He's Basashi now. He was Basashi. Now he's just
No, it's forever
Basashi.
Basashi.
Now he's Jam.
yeah. Well, that's what
We won't tell him.
isn't it?
He's living up
an
to his
Indian.
name, it's fine.
Basashi. Basashi. I've
Not
got it
fine.
stuck in my head. No, it's not. Fine.
She's just going to completely stay blank like Sentry. She's not going to tell you what she thinks.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't know.
Tell her lie, she wishes it was you.
Oh, you just stare, not looking, and then suddenly just stare at him,
Yeah.
and then pop it. No,
Little pig.
Little poo, my word. It's one that bites. My bad.
It's a bit hard.
Little pig whispering.
Now you can roll another intimidation check.
Oh, what we're doing?
But
No,
you
stop
do
rolling.
get to roll.
Oh, do I?
You do
Okay.
get to roll.
16.
Oh, what? I've rolled a 16 as well. Is there any pluses?
Roll off. Roll off.
Roll off.
Insta roll. Tobin gets a
10.
oh.
2.
Oh!
For a split second, you're worried. It's a creepy vibe when you're trying to see if Poppy is alright. Slightly menacing. The scar.
Tingles.
Well, it's not the scar, the wound just stings that little bit more for a moment or two, but then
And it passes.
I think the one day that I do roll well on intimidation, you panic.
It won't be me though this time. You'll
It'll
be
probably
intimidating
somebody
everybody.
else.
it's up for grabs.
As long as it's something like that, then we don't mind.
Who's setting up camp? What's happening?
What have we got?
Not a lot. I can light a fire, but if we can find some firewood.
I don't think Poppet's too bothered though.
No.
The only thing I really
doesn't look to
have
be
is
a
all
bad
polish and stuff to keep.
As long as you've got your polish, you're good.
It was
You need to
one.
buff up.
It was a polish to keep Basashi's armor.
Oh. I thought it was for you.
Now can I roll an insight?
Now you can roll an insight.
Go on, here we go. That was...
As you see
16.
Poppet just looking at the polish.
I think Poppet may be broken. She's doing her century thing again.
But differently.
But
She's looking at the polish.
She's not the only one to have lost an animal.
Yes.
I love the call. I love that.
My condolences. My condolences.
She'd know that horse for a couple of days.
You know, it is pretty lucky that I came through.
You had a stay.
Yes, but I'm not human.
Well,
Nor am I.
neither am I.
But I'm really not. I'm closer to... And then he kind of smiles a little bit and looks at Poppet and goes, "Horse meat over there." I'm pretty sure they would say something like that.
None of us are really what you would call human. Poppet is mechanical. Partly.
I'm mostly human in appearance, but that's not quite what I am.
What are you?
I am one with some blood of the gods in me. I think they describe it as an Asimir.
Ooh, blood of the gods.
That's what they tell me. That's what
Who tells you this?
the temple from which I came.
I think the temple might be lying. What is blow smoke up your ass? No?
I will.
Sorry, boy, you're not here. I've got to go out like you.
I'm going to
Veer.
because we're sort of approaching resting for the night and I haven't used it yet. I will activate Radiant Soul, which I haven't done before.
Show off.
And his hair's the sort of the before you'd seen the odd gold flicker of sort of lightning sparks through his hair. His whole hair starts to sort of Super Saiyan like glow almost, and sort of translucent wings appear from his back. And I just sort of lift off the ground slightly.
Oh, look, a floating bulb head with butterfly wings. Very pretty. And he'll walk off. Tobias is taking a big interest. He's taking some long looks.
I'm not sure I even knew how to do that. Okay, I'll just lower myself back to the ground so the wings will just sort of tuck slightly discreetly behind them.
It's very handy power you have there.
Apparently so.
Did you know you could do that?
I knew I could do something. I didn't quite expect to go that far.
I've seen many race in my time. Is that racial, ancestry, or your gods you speak of?
I'll be honest, I don't entirely know. My parents are human, but I have always been not quite. Something different. They never quite told me. They knew they could. They just simply said I was touched by Mistra. Stop it, you.
Oh, you've broken Gemma.
Poppett's gonna take Basashi's horse tarp out of my back and just wrap it around her.
We should all try and get some rest.
Tobin's just kind of awkwardly sloped off and gone to look for some wood.
Are you going to look for some timber? As you get up, Tobias. Tobin, sit. There's no need to search for stuff. Please sit.
You have stuff. You managed to bring things with you.
But I have this. And he opens his long, it's like a 3/4 length jacket. He opens the side up. You can see a few scrolls on the inside. And he'll pull one out and he'll roll this scroll open. And he'll start muttering the words of magic. You can see the scroll and these runes and emblems light up. And as he's talking, You see them burning from the backside, disappearing. After his muttering, a fire in front of you.
Oh, useful. Impressive.
It has 4 hours. And then he throws a scroll on it. Little green smoke kicks off into the night sky. 4 hours we have.
And we best make use of it. Get some rest.
Do you have food with you? Do you need to, I managed to keep, I have some in my backpack. Do you need food for the night?
I do not need any food, thank you, Agrippa. I have enough for myself.
In which case I shall crack open a set of rations for myself and use the fire to try and make them, more palatable while we have fire. And then rest and...
Do you not need anything, Poppet?
No.
How special you are.
Don't pass for you if anybody wants that.
No. I might use them for my catapult. Do I even have a catapult? I will steal a catapult.
I will hunker down and find a corner to
She's
curl up
just
and
going to
go.
put the horse beam back and like just
You're in the corner. You're in the corner of a big room, so there's plenty. There's plenty of.
Yeah.
Is that head down?
Yeah.
Agrippa?
Yeah.
Papa, do you sleep? We haven't actually ever had an evening where we've camped together, have we? Have we?
Yeah. Last session.
Yeah. The first night.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
While you were mushrooms, you must not.
Yeah. So I probably wouldn't have noticed. But really, you've been in sanctuary mode in other hotels, haven't you? Other taverns.
Mm-hmm.
So we've never really had the pleasure of you guarding.
Agrippa has, because he's seen Poppet. You haven't, and I believe Via might not have seen.
Because you two both
Poppet
just
in
crashed
Sanctuary.
straight away with the
After being mushrooms.
and unconscious.
I believe so.
Do you sleep?
she's just gonna collapse like a broken doll and
I
go
think
into
that-
sentry mode.
As a yes. I will take first watch then. And you'll just kind of...
Sure, Tobias. Tobin.
Tobin. Your
I'm
name is
Tobias.
You're Tobias.
It's a funny night tonight. The green flame has affected me, truly. Green flame.
And he'll just say yes as he sits in a meditating pose, takes his short sword and kind of sits in a meditating pose with it on the ground, hands resting on.
What's that, like legs crossed? Or
Yeah,
like
like
folded?
a more, but hands resting.
Short sword, okay, cool.
Just relying on any passive perception and just been focused, zen.
Wake me if you want next, Tobin. You hear the words, even though you're in his state. And Tobias just seems to slink back into the floor by the fire.